What's going on, y'all? It's me, Nate, yet again, here, doing some streaming and whatnot, so on, so forth, this and that. You know how it is. You know what we do. We in here, and so on. Gotta get the audio just right. Gotta get the audio just right. There we go. All right, so we're streaming. I'm in the new studio today. Also, trying to stream to X. Don't stream to x.com very often. Don't really know how that works, how that all comes together, but we'll see how that goes. You know, that'll be something. That'll be fun. How to get the yeah. Today we have a big stream. Not actually that big, but you know, certainly a stream. I'll be working on my 3.js nonsense that I'm always doing. So yeah, so this should be fun. And I don't know how to end a stream on X. I guess I just end it the same way I do on others. Whatever. Anyway, this is gonna be kind of a chill one, so I'm gonna get some storyblocks.com audio going in the background. Little music. Get that bad boy started. And we'll just have a fantastic little time. Let's go with a inspiring mood. So we'll see what comes up. That is far too loud. I need to figure out a way to make it save the volume. Anyway, yet again we'll be in 3.js. So let's get this bad boy started. Hello, I'm like I said, I'm streaming from my new studio. Let me know if I should change anything. All this works. What's nice about this new studio is that I have a treadmill desk, so I can walk while I'm working. And of course, my treadmill desk doesn't want to turn on, so I can't demonstrate. I'll just fake it. This is what it can look like while I'm streaming. So that's something. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, I'm not walking and streaming at the same time, which is sadly disappointing, but you know. Yeah, don't know how to fix that. So that's something. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Let's just jump right into it. Throwing up in Alacrity, as always. My terminal emulator of choice. Throw open Firefox, which of course I already had open to monitor the stream. So then, a little bit bigger. Need to get like a dedicated presentation mode button, so I don't have to make the terminal much bigger every time. Source github.com npmail/npmail.com, and then I just need to do a npm I. There's an npx. I never know what the right thing is. npx vitae localhost colon 5173. Don't want the localhost. We just want localhost 5173. And there we go. So we got our scene from, this isn't changed too much from the last time. I did a little bit more work. Actually, I can't remember if I was on stream when I added in the transparent elements on top. But you'll notice that the background here is devoid of, frankly, anything. And then the ground, I need to add in another plane that everything sits on. That's a little bit, I don't know, what's the word? I guess wider. It needs to be gray and wide. That everything sits on. So yeah, got my work cut out for me, and this should be quite a lot of fun. So let's open up NeoVim, tab edit, terminal, npx vitae, and then go back to my first terminal window, and then main.js. So I've moved some of this stuff around a little bit, but not a whole lot. If you've been following along, great. But if you haven't, you know. So I'm noticing that this is a very long, massive function that I probably should turn into many small functions. But frankly, I don't think I'm going to do that. So that's that. And delete that and move that down here. So at least not everything's in there. So then I suppose I'll just pick a random spot and start making the buildings. Yeah, we'll do, I don't know. Palm trees, street lights, road geometry. This name is Toucan, says hello. Hello, this name is Toucan. How are you? So we have all that stuff. Yeah, so before we're doing all the composer stuff, here's where we're getting some more geometry. We got the road. We'll go right behind the street lights before the road. And of course this isn't particularly well factored, but you know what? We can always factor later. So yeah, first things first, let's do a let buildings equal new 3 dot, what is it, object 3D. So we have buildings, and then beyond that, what we need to do is probably make buildings. So buildings are nothing more than rectangular prisms. So let's just go into three.js.org and look at our documentation for building. Where are they? Not that. I want the other documentation. The fundamentals one. Primitives. That's what I want. Not a box. Not a circle. Not a cone. Not a cylinder. Might do a cylinder later. But where is the cube geometry? I swear there's a cube in here someplace. Maybe there isn't. Wireframe geometry, that's neat. Alright, I might actually just be stupid. Where's the cube? Oh, here it is. It was like right here. A box geometry. There we go. So we'll say let box equal new 3 dot box geometry. Oh, and I never is it like that? Yeah. So it takes width, height, and depth. So the width I'll do 100, height I'll do 100, and depth I'll do 100. And then we'll say, so that's box geometry. I'm going to say let box. What's the thing that goes on top of a geometry? Material. Material equal new 3 dot. I'll just do normal. Mesh normal material, so we don't have to worry about it too much. And we'll say let box equal, and the box will be a new 3 dot mesh. That one, and then we'll give it the box geometry and the box material. So let's see how if that shows up. I don't see a box anywhere. Let's reload the page. Oh, and for some reason, oh, you know what? I didn't ever add the box to the scene. Aha. So we'll do scene.add buildings. Eventually that'll be buildings, but for now it's nothing, and they're not showing up. And when I inspect, what do we get? 91 errors. Renderer is not defined. So I've clearly done something wrong. I think that happened when I moved all these functions out, so we will just put those functions back where they were. And reload, and there we go. So where is that box that I placed? So what we'll do is, I bet we're inside the box right now. I made it too big. So what we can do is we can just copy the old box from... We'll just put the box... Yeah, we'll make this be much smaller. 30, 30, 30. And just going to real quick make sure I'm still streaming on X. And I am. 0 viewers. Who would have thought? Anyway. So the box is now a 3 mesh. We've added... Oh, we need to do... Oh, I never added the box to the buildings. Buildings.add box. Now that should actually... Now we properly should be rendering a box somewhere. So let's move the... I don't know. Where is the axis of negative... XYZ? I forget which direction everything is. Let's do box dot position dot x. You know what? This is going to be too difficult. I'll just do in the animation. Box dot position dot x plus equals 10. So hopefully we should see the box. Oh, there, it just took off. Anyone see that? It took off that way. Where'd it go? There it is. Flying away into the sunset. Yep. Okay, so that's the X direction. That's not right. Maybe it's Y is up. And this time we should see it. Oh, there it was. Box dot position dot z plus equals 10. Okay, so it was the Z that really makes it fly straight up. That's what we needed. That is exactly what we needed. So what we'll do is, that took about 2 seconds. So we'll just add equals, we'll make it 20. And it should be right in front of us. 30. 80. 800. At some point, we should see the box, like, in front of us somewhere. Here's what we'll do. This is not how you're supposed to do this, by the way. Console.log box.position.x z. And then we'll say box.position.z plus equals 1. So now we can read from the console log exactly when the box flies up into view. Now is it like 500? Yeah, 300, 350. So we'll get rid of that. Then we will... Let's see. Equals 350. Now this is not the way to do this. There's the box. But I'm not going to worry about it. 200. Okay, so now the box is like... Oh, it's directly on top of the car. I thought it was in front of the car. And honestly, we don't even want the buildings, the box to be there. We want the buildings to be there. Which does the same thing, but it helps it out. Bounceback says, "Hi, my good friend Nathaniel." And you spelled my name wrong. Hello, Bounceback. How do you like the new studio? I'm using a worse camera, but I have a better background. And slightly better lighting. It's not actually better, it's just not as covered with other lighting. I don't know. Also, bounce me back. You're gonna have to be good. There's people watching on X right now, and by people watching, I mean 0 viewers. But you know, whatever that means. I think your studio is very poggers. You used the wrong "your" there, and you spelled studio wrong. But also, you should have capitalized the "I" when you said "I think your studio." You know, so you know, do with that information as you will. But look, bounce me back. I have a box on top of my car. It's perfect. And by perfect, I mean eventually I need it to be a building. Nuh-uh. I don't know what that in what is this? Why does this necessitate a nuh-uh? Can I say fuck Twitter? Bounce me back, please, please. There might be children watching, and by that I mean I hope there's children. People need to be watching this stuff. This is good information. How else are kids going to know how to animate a car on a web page with a box on top of the car? I mean, anyway, long story short, yeah, you can say whatever you want about Twitter, I guess. This name is Toucan. Yep, F Twitter, love X. We have some Twitter versus X drama going on here. I think they're the same. I don't know. Can you make a bowl of tea? I suppose I could make a bowl of tea, not in my studio right now. No, I act like this is some big change from where I was streaming before. This is where I was streaming before. And this is the studio. Love the studio. Can I make a bowl of tea? How would I even go about making a bowl of tea? I guess I could just put hot water in a bowl and then put a tea bag in there. Do you want me to do that? Is that what you people want? I don't understand this platform. I try to put out this educational content and people keep saying dumb shit in my comments. Anyway, we'll ignore that for now. So the box is far too small. So we want education, says this name is Toucan. Well, education you shall receive. So what do we do with this box? We want this box. First off, we need the box to be to the side and to the other side. We'll deal with that later. But it needs to be bigger. I want some Fortnite gameplay. No one cares about your Fortnite gameplay. Got him. All right, so we'll do buildings.position.y equals 1,000. I think that puts it behind the car. Yeah, I need it to be negative 1,000. Is the box out there somewhere? Yep, there it is. Directly in front of the car where you can't see it underneath the transparency. So we'll make it taller. So Y goes that direction. So we'll make it 3,000, 3,000, and then Z is up and down. So we'll make it 10,000. Okay, there we go. So now we have our box. That's too big. I should have made it like 1,000. And 300. Okay, there we go. Is this a realistic size for a building? This looks way too small for a building. It needs to be both wider and further away and taller. So we'll just make it 10,000 away. Oh. 10,000 away. And it'll be 3,000 and 3,000. Okay, so now that is probably too big for a building. Guys, I don't know how to do anything. What are you trying to achieve? I'm trying to dynamically generate buildings that are like reasonable building height and then have them go past the car and then have like multiple rows of them so it looks like you're driving through a city of some sort. So right now I have a rectangle, or excuse me, a rectangular prism. And then we're going to go from there. And then all I need to do is add a floor that the palm trees can sit on so they're not floating through this like ethereal space. And then I'll be pretty much done with the render. I mean, yeah, that's basically going to be it. And then I'll upload this bad boy to my website, and this will be live, and people will have their computers catch on fire. Because this three.js thing is not easy on the computer, I tell you what. So let's make this like 1500. 1500. We'll do the underscore 1_5. Oops. 500. It's only 1,000 tall. It needs to be like 10,000 tall. Have you given up on your resume review stuff with Next.js? I have not given up on it. I just work on different projects depending on the day. Not for any particular reason. It's just whatever I feel like working on. And for right now, I'm going to be doing three.js until it's like a done scene, because at my real job, I'm presenting on Friday about something, and I think the most interesting thing to present on is three.js. So I'd like to have my three.js stuff all done and buttoned up and be able to show it off to all my coworkers by then. Okay, so now we have the box, and the next thing to do is going to be to make a ton of these. Oh, cool. What is your real job? What stack tech do you use there? My real job, I'm a software engineering team lead at a major corporation. I assure you, you've heard of them. You work with them. And we work on Go, backend services, and GCP. It's, it's pretty decent. I enjoy it, at least. It's good career stuff. Not particularly interesting work. It's a lot of web backend stuff, but it's something. Pays the bills. Leadership, What I need to do is really capitalize on the fact that I am a team lead, which is a management position, kind of, almost. I have direct reports, but it's like a management position, and everybody on streaming tech people are all senior engineers. So maybe I ought to bring more of a management kind of perspective into the tech streaming thing. I don't know if there's a play there or not. Kind of almost. You underselling yourself. Yeah, but the problem is if I put software engineer team lead attempts front end development, there's going to be a lot of people that just ignore it, because people searching for things are searching for senior engineer. And I think I'm allowed to give myself a downgrade when I'm titling videos and stuff. And I am kind of underselling myself. Yeah, you're right. You know what I really need right now? I need my water. I didn't grab my water before I stepped into the studio. So I will be right back. Now that was some delicious Deer Park sparkling black cherry flavored water. And I just want here we are, prominent placement. I really want the Spindrift Corporation to see me showing off Deer Park water. I will stop showing off Deer Park water, Spindrift Corporation, once you sponsor me. Is this source code available? I think it is, actually. It's not particularly good, but /npmail/npmail.com. I don't know if this is public or not. Repository is currently public. Yes, it is. So this is just my personal website that I host on GitHub Pages. So if you want to see the source code to the current website, and this is just on a branch, but the current website just looks like this, and the source code is identical to if you click view page source. Nothing hidden, nothing crazy, just code. I already typed all this. I think my branch is pushed. Is it not? 3D. Yeah, it's already pushed. I'm on the branch 3D. So you got to navigate over to that. And I assure you, if you look at the code, it's not very good. It's poor code. I hope to make it better at some point, but for now, it's going to be bad. Yeah, here it is, the 3D branch. 2 commits ahead of main. It's got all the... Did I accidentally... Okay, I didn't accidentally commit my node modules. I don't think I have that much in the way of node modules. I guess I have some. But yeah, so it's got all the stuff I'm using. Got the skybox texture. Actually went through a lot of work to make these. I had to learn how to use like portions of Photoshop, which I'm not very used to. Which I swear this isn't impressive, and it doesn't look impressive, but it was hard for me because I don't know how to use Photoshop. I'm not smart enough to just like read the manual for like 20 minutes and then do whatever I need to do. I always like try to do whatever I want to do, and then I just can't do it. Not exactly the way to go into the old pro anything. Anyway, time to get these buildings moving, man. That's what I want. I want plenty of buildings, and I want them to be in the right place. So once we've added that scene to buildings, once we've added that box to buildings, what do we want to do? So we move the building scene back, but I don't even know that we want to do it that way. What we probably want to do... How do I want to do this? Guys, am I dumb? How do I do this? I guess I just want to, So how many buildings do I want? I guess I'll do, a for loop, the same way I have these. So we'll say, let, not streetlights, buildings. Oh. Buildings, rename this to 3D. So let buildings equal an empty array. For let I equal 0, I is less than, I don't know, 10. We'll just do 10 for now. I plus plus. Then we'll say let building equal box dot clone true. And then we'll do if I over, or not over, I want percent. Oh, I don't know where my percent key is. Percent, percent, percent. I swear one of these was percent last time. There we go. I percent 2 equals 0. We will check something. We will say building dot position dot x plus equals 800. We're gonna do no. I only want actually probably 800 since we're starting in the middle. And then we'll say else building dot position dot x minus equals 800. So we got that, and then we will do a, well, I don't know what else we do. Buildings 3D dot add building. Let's see. Do I need to do this stuff? I'm doing this wrong, but we can fix this later. Okay. So that's something. I think the buildings are too oh, we need to say buildings dot push building. So now we're holding on to all the buildings. And then what we'll do is come down here. And then we'll do the same thing as we did above for let I equals 0, I is less than buildings dot length I plus plus if buildings I dot position dot y greater than or equal to 1,000, then buildings at I dot position dot y equals negative 10,000. Fantastic. And we'll say we won't do anything with the size. Buildings I dot position dot y plus equals actual speed. Is that gonna work? Okay. So I kind of screwed that up, but it worked for a second. Whoa. Okay, so I think I know what's going on. I think I need to do buildings 3D. No. I think I realize what's going on. I've done the spotlights and the trees wrong. So now I'm like confused as to how everything's supposed to be going. So what I need to do is either do the buildings wrong as well, or fix the trees and spotlights. And I'm kind of inclined to do the buildings wrong. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of that box. Okay. And then instead of buildings 3D, we'll say scene.add building. And we'll never add buildings 3D. And we'll never use buildings 3D. And then we'll change this to building. Okay, here we go. So now we have buildings, and the car is driving into them, I guess, which isn't exactly great. And then they disappear and reappear. So that's something. So we need to space these out. So we'll say plus equals 15,000, 14,000. This one will be minus equal 14,000. 1,400. $2,000. Look at that. Now we're talking. Now we got buildings. Well, that's great. Love to see it. Do you have two buildings on the one side? No. They're just the same color as the thing. Okay. So we got our buildings. So that's fun. Now we just need like way more. Like 40 of them. And of course I screwed something up. Let's see. This name is Toucan. I got your well-known Discord secret key. You're terrible at hiding stuff. Where'd I put the Discord secret key? What? Did I put my Discord secret key someplace? Did I commit it? Am I dumb? But real talk, this name is Toucan. Where did I post the Discord secret key if I did? All right, fine. Keep me out of the loop on it. How do I set the Y? So I set the position Y equals negative 20,000 plus, not 1,000, we'll say 10,000 times I. All right, this name is Toucan. Don't tell me where my Discord secret key is. I need 2 buildings on the right. I'm doing something wrong here. I equals 0, I is less than 40, I plus plus. On the box. It's on one side. Put it to the right, one time put it to the left. No, I'm joking. Don't think it's secret key. You have .well-known folder containing discord.txt. Oh, yeah, that's to prove ownership on Discord. That way, if you go to Discord, I open up Discord. Hopefully there's nothing salacious up on the screen when it comes up. So let me go to the Nate stream server. So that way when I'm in Discord, if I click on myself, I'm going to show up in offline. I always run Discord in ghost mode. Invisible. No, but then if you click on view profile, oh, of course I have streamer mode enabled. Disable. There we go. If you click on view profile, it'll show my website, and it only shows this verified connection thing if you have a discord.txt to prove that you own the site. Also, while we're here, follow me on Twitter /X. That would be appreciated. Also, what I really appreciate here, this is really good. This is really good. So I have 5 people in my Discord right now, and 2 people watching my stream. Like, what's up with that? I mean, I think the true value of a community is their Discord to stream ratio. And my Discord to stream ratio is over 2. What streamer community do you know has a Discord to stream ratio of over 2? Exactly. My community's going crazy. My stream, not so much. But joke's on them. They're missing out on my buildings that don't work. Oh, I see what I'm doing. There we go. There's the buildings I'm talking about. Now this place is absolutely nasty with buildings. This is good. This is good. So now we got buildings going crazy. Let's not make them 1,000 apart though. Let's make them like, I don't know, 4,000 apart. A little space for these buildings. Alright, so that's something. So I'm going to make them like be dynamically heighted, because all of them being uniform like this is not exactly what you want. So first off, we'll the height is already too tall, so we'll make these only 4,000 tall. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, see, this is more like driving through a downtown office building kind of height for these buildings. So that's much better. So then I wonder, is there something on building that I can use to... Can I set like box dot height? Dot rotate, translate, world scale, on after render, before shadow, apply quaternion. Can I get the height of the building and then change it? I need to like... I'll look in the three.js documentation on box. So it should be what? Geometries, box geometry. Okay, so we have the constructor properties, parameters. See base buffer geometry class for common parameters. Constructor. Down exterior draw range groups, ID, index, is buffer geometry. Name. I guess I can't screw with the geometry after I've added a mesh to it, can I? How do you do that? Rotate, scale. That'll work. Yeah. So what we'll do is, on the right side, we will do building dot scale 0, 0, 1000, and this will indicate if it's like a percentage or not. And the fact that it's having a problem with this makes me think it's like probably a percentage. So what I'll do is I'll change this to 0.5, 0.4, and it's still mad at me. So maybe this was the wrong approach. Okay. Curious. Delicious Deer Park water. Shout out to Deer Park water for not being Spindrift. Spindrift, you want me to stop saying all this nice stuff about Deer Park water? Just, you know, just follow me. It's easy. Until then, I'll continue to drink this delicious Deer Park sparkling black cherry flavor. 0 calories per bottle. Gotcha beat, Spindrift. But I'll forget about that if you, you know, sponsor me. Like put on the record, I have a garbage can in the studio right here, so I didn't just toss my water onto the floor. So what do I need to do? I need to scale the geometry. Or something. Look at, get index, get attribute, dispose. Is there a way to like pull stuff out of a mesh? Would that help me? Would I be able to just screw with a mesh? His mesh, material, clone, get vertex position, raycast, update morph targets. No, that's not going to work. Oh, I can do mesh.geometry.scale. So I can do building.geometry.scale. There we go. Oh, that's too small. That's messed up. Okay. So that's a building. And when I scale the geometry to... Let's make it twice as tall. Yeah. Oh, but it does all of them? Why are they all borked? Only like half of them should be borked. I'm only doing them on the one side. So that is a problem. I'll set this to 1. So I can set the position independently, but when I set the geometry, it sets like the underlying geometry. So what I need to do is have a function called new box, which takes in x, y, z. I'll copy this. And then I'll pass in, so instead of box.clone, we'll say let building equal new box with these arguments. Just yoink those. X, Y, Z, and then we'll return box. Cannot redeclare block scope variable building. Where else am I using building? Will this not work? Cannot redeclare block scope variable. What? Oh, I'm dumb. Let. There we go. So this should work the same, except now I can scale it 1.1, and some of them will be taller on one side. I'm going to make them 2 because I couldn't tell. Okay, so clearly the left side. So what we'll do is we will scale them. Is there like a math? How do you do math random? Random JavaScript. JavaScript random. Math.random. Turns a random number between 0 and 1. Fantastic. Math.random. You know, I don't even need to do that. I can just do math.random times 4,000, which will make it between 0 and 1. So I'll say times I don't know, 3, I'll say 4,000, and then we'll add 4,000 at the end. Hope that made sense. That didn't work. That's really mad at me. Math.random is not a function. Math.random is not a function? Oh, lowercase r. Oops. Oops. Let's see if that works. Okay, so now we got a little variation, which is good. Now they're not rendering in early enough. So I think what we need to do is change this to like 4, 5, and then change this to like 30,000. So now they render in earlier. Now I'm sure yeah, there we go. So now we got buildings of various heights. So that's fun. Image texture 2z0 is incurring lazy initialization. I don't really care. I don't care how lazy the initializer is. So this is actually pretty good for the first layer of buildings. Now, this is probably going to run dog slow on most computers, but frankly, it's probably fine. So what I'm not doing is pushing them back far enough when I generate new ones. So what we have is buildings. I'm making 40 of them. Let's see. I need to abstract all this stuff out into a new function anyway. But so I'm making like 40 buildings of various heights, which I like that this is working. I just need to add like another layer of buildings behind this layer of buildings. So when I reload, so you can't like see through them, which you can't really tell because the colors are all weird and it's difficult to see what's going on. But yeah, so I need to make a new. I need to move these buildings further back when they pop back into the world. Because I'm only setting 10,000 back, and I think I'm generating them 30,000 back. So I will pop these bad boys back 30,000. There we go. So now they're way off into the distance. I can't tell if it's a big gap. That's a big gap. Yeah. So that's more like it. So we're generating them 30,000 minus, let's do 40,000 minus 10,000. 1,000 times I? Yeah, so it'll be 40,000. So the first one. And then over here, we'll move them back 40,000 so they go back to where they came from. Man, I wonder how slow this loads on a phone. That's what I need to figure out. So does this use -- host to expose? That's what I want to do. So we'll npx fight -- host. And we'll see what it looks like on my phone. Oh, just gave away my IP address, 192.168.1240. http://192.168.1.240 : Oh, someone just followed me. Thank you for the follow. Says, are you winning, son? You know what? I think I am. I'm having a good time. I want to see if this thing renders on my phone, though. 5173. Go. Okay. It does. It does render on my phone. That's neat. Yeah. So we got it. So that's good. I was expecting this to be like way too bad to render on the phone, but like it looks like it's working just fine. So that's really good. Now if I go horizontal mode, everything gets pixely, but that's not a huge deal. The scrolling still works. I mean, that's pretty good. I was expecting I'd have to like go and optimize this and make my code not absolute dog shit, but apparently it's not an issue at all. Literally not a problem. So anytime someone ever tells you to write good code, don't even worry about it. Waste of your time. If I'm doing this and it renders on a phone, who knows what kind of stuff you could get away with. Eob de Silamarxe says, I'm proud of you, real. Good code is overrated. Good code is overrated. Don't let those haters tell you otherwise. That said, if you code like this and you want a job working for me, that's not going to happen. But still. This is one of those things that you know, maybe you display the website, but maybe you just don't have the source code public. Like maybe I made a mistake. So I don't know why I need to make a new material. I think the material I can just do that. I think that would be a little bit more efficient. Anyway. Who needs comments when you can just tell people to ask you what you were thinking when you wrote the code? Exactly. You know what? You're right. I'm deleting all my comments. Oh, I don't know how to search for a comment. Backslash. Nope. Backslash slash. Backslash slash. There we go. Nope. Gone. 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 Comments are for the week. Oh, that was a line of code. I'm gonna undo that. Anyway. Yeah. This is what I wanted. This is the code the way I want it. Colon skull. You know, colon skull might not be the one you want to use. Maybe you want to use the oh, hold on. This isn't good. Maybe you want to use the Nate thumbs down. Pretty good, you know, thing to use in a Twitch chat. You know, you can get that bad boy. You're one Prime sub away from getting the Nate thumbs down. You know, just consider it. Just consider it. Additionally, for those of you loyal viewers in here, I've got merch now. Get a load of this. I got the Nate thumbs up sticker. Now this is one of the most sought after pieces of tech anything right now. I hear that this is, I mean, behind the Apple Vision Pro, this is the #1 most wanted thing right now. Is the Nate thumbs up sticker. You know, consider it. Is there a Nate thumbs sideways sticker? This is the thing. I'm not one of these fence sitters. My thumb is either up or it's down. There's no sideways thumb for me. When you think it might be sideways, but you can't actually see my thumb now. Is it sideways? Who's to say? But I can tell you, down, up. That's all there is to it. So we need to make some sort of we have the material. We need some sort of geometry. We got the geometry. We got the material. We need a better material for these buildings. So what do we do for the material? Let's take a look at these materials. Ooh, lens flare. No, we're not gonna do lens flare. Lens flare is a good idea, but I'm not gonna do it. Materials. The quantum thumb, that both up and down. That's right. That's exactly where I like to keep my thumb, in a quantum position. So, how do I get... This isn't what I want. I want a mesh basic material, depth material. Alright, geometry is not simple shaded way. By depth, I don't want that. Distance, I don't want. Lambert material for non-shiny surfaces without specular highlights. No. Matte cap. Find by a matte cap or lit sphere. Yo, it's lit sphere. Texture which encodes the material color and shading. Does not respond to lights. Okay. Normal material, that's what we're already using. Fong material. Shiny surfaces with specular highlights. Uses a non-physically based blend Fong material for calculating reflectance. Unlike the Lambertian model using the mesh Lambert material, this can simulate shiny surfaces with specular highlights such as varnished wood. Mesh Fong material uses per fragment shading. I don't know what that means. Physical material. Extension of mesh standard material providing a more advanced physically based rendering properties. Clear coat. Physically based transparency. Advanced reflectivity. Sheen. Standard material. Now this is what I'm talking about. That's what I want. I want that standard material. Hell yeah. Alright, so we're going to change this to mesh standard material. And then, is there like a color on this bad boy? Gray. Alright, that's not... I don't like that. Also, the street lights are shining on the building, which I don't particularly care for. I gotta figure out how to rotate the street lights, make them smaller, or do something. I think the background is far too light for the colors. Like, because if you look at this, and you think of what the sun's going to look like in this scenario and compared to this, that is, first of all, the sun is too big. Second of all, yeah, I don't know. It's like at the default angle, aside from the sun being too light, I think this looks pretty good. Give text shadow. I got a shadow on all the things. When you highlight them, it shadows. So that's pretty good. So the top is visible in the sun. That's that is a good call. This text. Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely necessary. Index.html. So then I want it at the name zone. So we got font size, max width. Is there a shadow? How do you do text shadow CSS? Is it just text dash shadow? It is text dash shadow. Text dash shadow 2px 2px. See what that looks like. Alright, I can't see that at all. I don't even know that I'm in the right place. Where do I say Nate Mail? I'm gonna delete this. So it's in the name zone and the description zone. So the name zone, description zone. And we're gonna make a new one called the mega name zone. That's gonna contain both the name zone and the description zone. So we're gonna do a div class equals mega name zone. And we'll close out that div. That way we can add a shadow everywhere. Haha. You can give an outlining text shadow. Whoa, that is a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna paste that directly into the mega name zone. So thank you. This name is Toucan. I hope you didn't apply any copyright to this code, because it's going in there. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, this kind of works. And by kind of works, I mean I'm gonna use it. What the frick is mega name zone? Well, I have this this CSS class to cover the name zone, which is the zone where I put my name, and the description zone, which is the zone where I put my description. And then I didn't want to have to paste that in there twice, so I just made a new class. I just made a new div around all these things called the mega name zone, which is just like a more powerful name zone. You got to remember that web programming is easy, and I'll have you know it is formatted. It's just formatted with eight space tabs, so it looks really bad. But you don't look at the source code anyway. This is maybe the worst code ever. This is not the worst code ever. The worst code ever. Would the worst code ever render something that looks like this? I mean, that's just silly if you think the worst code ever would create this. Like, I don't know what you're smoking here, but there's no such thing as the worst code ever where this is the result. I'm actually quite pleased with this. Like, obviously it's not done yet, but I kind of want to just go live with this and call it a day. His name is Toucan. I like your naming style. Ilbedesiler mixed it. Says Nate creates the worst code ever. Asked to quit programming. Why would it? Look at what I've built. Who would ask me to quit programming over this? See, this is the thing. You just don't understand the 3D animation like I do. That's a joke for the record. I do not understand 3D animation. I'm shocked I got this. Look at this. The wheels slow down when you slow the car down. And then when you speed the car up, the wheels speed back up. Give the buildings diff heights. They have diff heights. Look at this. Their heights are randomly generated, dude. Please. Please. I'm going to make them a little bit more random, though. I think they're not random enough. Why does a link tree need a controllable car? A link tree doesn't need a controllable car. My link tree needs a controllable car. I'm glad you asked. But yeah, I'm going to make these heights. First of all, I'm going to start with a lower base height, and then I'm going to make this much more variable. There we go. So now we got like crazy different heights for buildings. Are these too close together? Did I screw this up? No. No, we're good. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give all the buildings different colors. So I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So we have oh, where is it? Oh, where'd it go? I swear it's in here somewhere. There we go. So what we'll do is we'll actually put the material in here again. Paste that. And then we'll say box material dot color equals, I don't know what color to make this box material. Let's see. Can you do like a choose from list JavaScript select? No, I want like random selection from array JavaScript. That'll work. Array math.floor math.random times array.length. Fantastic. So it's going to be color options math.floor math.random times color options dot length. All right. So we just need to define color options. Let color options equal one of these. And then I think this needs to be what? RGB values? How does this work? Color. Mesh. Standard color. 3.color. New. No, it's going to be new 3.color. I'm quite certain this isn't how you're supposed to do this, but I'm not going to worry about it. Is this gonna work? Oh yeah, this works. This is beautiful. This may be, I'm just gonna say it, this may be some of the best code in the world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna real quick factor out distance from center to side of road. Distance from center of road equals, we're going to make this 3,000. So we'll say plus equals distance. Oh, didn't say let. Let. Plus equals distance from center of road And this will be minus equals distance from center of road. So now they're a little bit further away, which is helpful. If I had a floor, this would really help out. Buildings should be less frequent. I tend to agree with that opinion. And I need to lock in the rotation like here to here. I think I've gone too far with the rotation. I think this is all the rotation you need. Because when you do this, things start looking wonky. But if I could just cut the rotation off here and here, then you just have the buildings. Why are trees just floating in space? Because I haven't put a second floor in. I just have the one road, and I have the road texture, and I need to put in another floor that's wider that goes all the way to the buildings, which I can actually do right now. So what we'll do is we'll do a... Where do I put the first floor? There we go. So there's the road. So then what we'll just do is real quick... const floor geometry equals new 3.plane geometry, and then it needs to be like 10,000 wide and then like 20,000 in whatever that other direction is. And then what we'll do is const floor material equals new 3. I guess mesh fong material, and then we'll throw down one of these. I think I can say color. Yeah. What's the color gonna be? 3 dot color green RGB, so it'll be 0 1 0, and then we'll say floor geometry material power of 2 floor mesh equals new 3 dot mesh, and then this will be floor geometry and floor material, and then we'll do background elements dot add floor mesh. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's see what's wrong with it. 1. Oh. Assignment to undeclared variable floor mesh. Oh. There we go. So now the trees are rooted, and this is nowhere near wide enough, and I think it might be too long. So there's nothing we can't fix by just making this way wider. Can I just make this like 80,000? Yeah, that'll be plenty. So then we're just going to lock in the rotation like right here. We're going to throw a second layer of buildings behind it, just, I don't know, some kind of way. I think that'll help. So I'm going to need to figure out how to, like, do all the stuff to make it so that this doesn't, like, attempt to render on, like, really slow computers. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Does this page have music playing in the background? It does not. My stream has music playing in the background. The current song is Inspiring Corporate Business Background by Storyblocks. And I've lost it. Oh no. Oh no. We'll play Down the Path. Can you rotate the camera up, down? No. No, I didn't want to give the users too much control. I really only want them to be able to rotate it this much anyway. Especially in widescreen, because you can really see the buildings disappearing and this seam in the skybox, and the fact that the road is only so wide. So I think cutting it off like here is going to be like perfectly fine. I'm I suppose I'll do that now. There's not actually all that much stuff to do beyond this. So what we'll do is figure out where I'm rotating things. So we got the calculate angle of rotation from mouse. So we'll just divide it by 4. I think that unironically will do it. Yeah, that was that. So now the rotation has been cut in half. Yeah. And I don't mind if you rotate all the way to one side and you see the buildings disappear. But no, so the up and down is to control the speed of the car. I went through a lot of work making sure these wheels rotate properly. I think I did that off stream. Look at this, when you slow down the thing, the wheels slow down. And they speed up when you get going faster. It started rendering a slow resolution. There we go. And my computer is heating up. Yeah, so I need to pick better colors for the buildings, though. That's the problem. I need to get like the purple and the orange and the whatnot. Make things to run over. I like that idea, but this code base is already so cursed. I kind of want to just cut it off at some point, especially with the sun being right there. Yeah, you make a good point, but like, I don't want to get. I mean, how silly should I get with this? Like, I don't want to be ridiculous. Make popos. No, I mean, look, even at his fastest speed, this guy clearly isn't speeding. I mean, he's certainly driving down the middle of the road, but like, this is a one-way road, I think. Yeah, because there's no yellow line in the middle. This guy's not committing any crimes. Why would I want police officers here? Just to ruin a good day? Whoa! Hacksaw! Hacksaw, nice to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. We're working on some three.js. This is going to be my new web page. It's going to be a massive upgrade from my current web page, which frankly leaves a little bit to be desired. I mean, where's the interactivity? Can I see the other side of this car? There's nothing we can do about that. Hacksaw says, "Where is Light? He wants / to be a cop." Yeah. Well, he's not in this scene because this guy's not committing any crimes. I mean, he's driving at a reasonable speed. Wait, the current one is so much better. How dare you? How friggin' dare you? I'm not going to lie to you. The current one is a better render. They definitely know what they were doing. And my new render is not very good in comparison. Compared to nothing, it's good. But compared to that, you know, whatever. But I like it being mine. Like, I forged this scene out of my blood, sweat, tears, and whatnot. I do need fog. I was working with the fog. The problem is the fog only works on objects, and it doesn't work on the sun. So I need to make like a blurrier sun background. And it's kind of screwed up. Like, instead of having the street lights and palm trees come out of the fog, you can kind of see. I just have them grow until they get to a certain distance away, and then they come towards us. So it looks like they're coming over a horizon. I didn't do the same thing with the buildings. Maybe if I just add fog to the buildings, maybe that would work. Yeah. No, we can throw in some fog. That's not a problem. I had it in here before, so it shouldn't be that difficult. You know, famous last words. Also, if you're interested in what to do about low-end devices, this is my strat. Let's take a look. What is this strat? Detect if it has GPU acceleration. That is good. So Haxor, what have you done with WebGP? I assume you've done some 3D stuff. WebGL. I'm curious what you've accomplished with WebGL, because I'm an absolute WebGL noob. Let's see. Minecraft, that's it. All right. If it doesn't work in the black screen, let's see. Let's see if it works for 100% CPU usage. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think I'll give them. I don't know. I'll probably do a static image if it doesn't work. But WebGL boo, WebGPU, yippee. Yeah. Well, whatever 3.js uses is what I'm using, so I don't know if that's how that all works. I was playing around with WebGL a little bit, and that looked like a hassle. That said, I've seen neat stuff they put on Shader Toy. I don't know if you've seen Shader Toy. People just writing like straight shaders, which this is insane. Like, I don't understand how this turns into this, but this is very neat. Let's see if I can find a really good one. Browse. Let's go with popular. Like, this is really cool. Did you ever imagine that this would be running in a browser like years ago? Like, that's kind of insane. Shaders are cray. Indeed they are. Look at this. Volumetric clouds. No idea how you write this. Like, my brain is broken. Oh, this is neat. Alright, but I'm not going to make my stream just watching Shader Toy. I got more stuff to do. I got to come up with good colors for these buildings. Let's look up like a cyberpunk color palette. Someone pointed to the video about the one guy about clouds. And I think I'll just, I can steal this color palette. I don't know why I looked on images. If I just click on it, it'll probably give me the RGBs. Gotta get them RGBs. Oh, also, I need to make the grass darker. Where is the grass? So those are my color options. Sure, accept all the cookies. Why not? Sure. Alright, so cyberpunk. What colors? These are good colors. Alright. Can I do a 3.js color from hex? Color. Oh, I can just pass in the hex directly. Alright. That's fantastic. So we'll just add these bad boys into the color options. And actually what we'll do is when we're doing this, we'll do color options, box material.color equals new 3 dot color. Also, don't roast me about the code quality here, because I've already been roasted. So we'll do 3 dot color. Or we're not going to do 3 dot color. We're just going to do hex values. Nope. Oh, that's not what I wanted. DT paren. That's what I want. Actually, I wanted. Yeah. It gets exhausting sometimes. So I'm not even going to worry about it. Let's get some hex values in here. I want OX. We will copy this one and paste it in, and we will copy this one and paste it in. We'll copy this one, and we will OX, paste it in, and we'll copy this one, and we will OX, paste it in. And let's see if this still renders. Is it mad at me? It's not mad at me. Oh, I don't like these colors. These aren't really the scene I'm looking for. I went too light on the colors. Is it really 11:20 a.m. by you? No. What gives you that indication? It's 9:20, 21:20. So let's see. So these colors are all too bright. Maybe I want like a cyber dystopia color scheme. It's actually 6:20 where Nate is at. No, it's 9:20. Cyberpunk dystopia. Oh, spelled dystopia wrong. Dystopia color scheme. This just in, 5:30 where Nate is at. It's actually 4:20 where I'm at. What the hell am I doing? Oh, I want a color palette. Does this thing have a color palette? Those are too bright. How do I darken? How do I darkenate all these colors? Oh, color names. Interesting. Just notice it says on the bottom right of your screen, but now I see it changed and it's over a minute. It has not changed. Oh yeah, that doesn't change. I'm not smart enough to code one of those things to change. Yeah, I'm just far too stupid for that. I have no defense. Let's go find just a color palette. I'll just find a color picker and I'll just like grab some random ones. So let's go into the blues. Let's just grab one of these. It won't let me copy. Command C. Command V. We'll do one of these. We'll do one of these. I'm pasting the same thing. This is not good. I don't like this. Anyway, we'll grab one of these. We'll grab a greenish color, a little darker. We'll grab something pink. Grab another one of these. A much darker purple color. Gonna delete all of these bad boys. We'll do a fancy Vim motion to clean up all those. We'll go into here somewhere. Oh. Get a red. I already got a green. Look at a yellow. All right, let's try this Vim thing again. Okay, good night, gamers. I'm gonna head off to make my own JS framework. All right, it was nice talking to you. Control V, Shift I, OX, OX, OX. There we go. Comma. Alright, let's see. Alright, now all the colors are too dark. I I love this. This is great. I'm having a good time. This is the sort of thing I like to do with my time. What if I just make it a little bit brighter in the background? Can I just do that? 0.3. There we go. You can see colors now. These colors do not look good. Frankly, I don't care. I think this scene is beautiful, and I think I'm ready to ship it, basically. I probably could figure out what's up with the lights and how they don't line up below the street lamps. But like I'm not proud of this. I gotta be honest. It looks a little silly. It's certainly not one of these professional renders that you see on all the stuff. I need to make the skybox a little bit smaller. Definitely need to do that. Or not the skybox, but the sun here. Could definitely use some fog. At least for the buildings. Let's see if I can figure out how to get fog. I think I'm gonna do fog, and then I'm just gonna quit and publish it. Like, I gotta work on I gotta do some, the publishing stuff is gonna be fun. Let's just get the fog going. Alright, scene.fog, new 3.fog, near color near far. Okay. So I'll just do this way at the bottom, right before I do all this other stuff. Scene.fog equals new 3.fog. Color will just be OX, FF, FF, FF. Near will be 20,000. And far will be 30, I don't know, 40,000. Let's see. Alright, it didn't like that. Oh, it just took forever. Oh, and that's not good. We will... What's yellow in this thing? F7, F7, 0, 0. Fantastic. F7, F7, 0, 0. That'll kind of do her. I'm like not even mad at that. They don't have the buildings popping in anymore. Oh, let's make this a little. We'll make this 30,000. That does take much longer to load. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like this looks good or anything, but like, kind of want to just ship it. Call it a day. Yeah, make this smaller. That's E7, E7, 0, 0. Make it a little darker fog. We'll make this C7, C7. That didn't change it at all. We'll make this 93930. Little darker fog. Yeah, I think this is I think this will be just fine. Yeah, this will do. So what happens if I Control C, get status, get add all, get commit, 3D, get push origin 3D, npx vite build. I don't know how this works. Okay, so we got some stuff. Some chunks are larger than 500 kilobytes after minification. It is 567 kilobytes. I'm not even mad. So where does this build to? Dist python 3 -m http.server. And we'll check localhost 8000. And this is not working. I've done something wrong. Caught in promise. Okay, so something isn't showing up. Looks like textures/road.png is not loading. Textures open road.png. This seems to be here. Why is it mad at me? Uncaught in promise. Well, why isn't that working? And that might be the first texture I load. Yeah, so that's the first one I load and it's not working. Huh. What is up with that? Don't suppose anyone knows how to use Vite. This is quite strange to me. Huh. It's just an error. Why is it an error? Can I do like / row.png? Oh, I'm not running anymore. /public /textures/row.png. Can I just not? Oh, I mean the textures file. Alright, so dist. Reload it. Okay, so we're just not finding them. Okay, so Vite claims that you put stuff in public and then it'll work, but it's not doing it. I think something's wrong with this. So public /textures/row.png just becomes textures/row.png. So how does the Vite public directory, how does that work? Importing a static asset will return a resolved public URL when it's served. For example, image URL will be /image.png during development and become assets in the production build. Explicit URL imports. Huh. Well, let's try that. Import road URL from /public /textures/road.png. And we'll load async that road URL, I guess. Is that gonna let that work? Okay. NPX Vite. Localhost 5173. Okay, so that still worked. Assets in public directory cannot be imported from JavaScript. If you intend to import that asset, put the file in the source directory and use source textures row.png instead of public textures row.png. Oh, I see. So I've just done all these wrong. I just ignored all those errors, and that was my problem. So I just need to get rid of slash public everywhere. I did this erroneously. So I can just bring this back over here. Paste this bad boy in here. Do that. Get rid of that. So instead of public, I can just do textures. Will that just work? TM. There we go. Percent s slash public slash g. Will that work? And is Vite no longer complaining at me? NPX Vite. Making no complaints. So that's fantastic. So then what we'll do is we'll write this file. Get status. Is it trying to add dist? Nope. Get add. Get commit. Stuff. Get push origin 3D. And then what we want to do is, what do we want to do? NPX Vite build. So let's see how that works. Some chunks are big, that's fine. cd dist python 3m http.server localhost 8000. Oh, and we got it. Serving statically. And how long does the reload take? Okay, so it takes a second, but whatever. So we just need to just not load all this. Just what we need, another JS framework. Man, you're a lifesaver. Okay, so what is the next thing to do? Oh, interesting. YouTube stream is broken. That is strange. Anyway, who cares? Got this bad boy working. So now all I need to do is conditionally use three.js stuff. How to use three.js, whatever. Where do I say if it can render this, render it, otherwise don't worry about it. That's what I need. Alright, so this is a bunch of stuff. Where's the part that says, you know, I'll just go to their examples. 3js.org. And we'll just click on random example and look at its source. That seems like it'll work. Alright, we'll do examples. Here's one. Let's take its source. Info. Import 3. Does this not do the... Okay, so this doesn't ask if it has WebGL support or whatever. WebGPU. Where does it... Check for WebGL support JavaScript. Proper way to check WebGL support. If window.webgl windowing context. Okay. Excellent. 3 library has in fact a mechanism for detecting. For WebGL particularly. Oh, so does 3 just already take care of it? Fair enough. Then all we really need to do is go into GitHub and update the action to do the thing. So what we'll do, find repository, npmail/npmail.com. I have too many repositories. So settings, pages. So then what we'll do is we'll do GitHub Actions instead. So I was recently just doing this the other day at github.com/phonon-demo. Shout out to Phonon, which has a workflow that does precisely what I want. Ish. Why not? We're just going to copy that. vi.github, or, well, make dear.github. Could use make dear.-p. Make dear workflows. And then we will touch pages deploy.yaml. And we'll just paste all that in. Name on push, permissions. It says none of this is allowed, but I think it works just fine. Actions, configure pages, install dependencies, npm I. Build app, we'll call this npm run build. This will be npm npx vite build. And then we'll move ./dist to ./site. And that'll do her. Alright, I don't know why. Oh. Add pages, deploy, push origin 3D. And then what we'll do is change this to a GitHub Actions deploy. And then we will go into code, parent pull request. Yeah, let's just do a good old pull request for a zillion lines. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. Delete branch. So let's check main. Got a bunch of nonsense going on. Let's check actions. It's supposed to run on main. Git checkout main. Git status. We'll ignore all of those. It's supposed to run a workflow. Git restore dot. rm dot slash dot. Oh, I'm in dist. You know what? I know what I've done wrong. Cat dist slash dot GitHub workflows. I've clearly done this wrong. Still colon dist get restore dot get status rm dot ds underscore store rm minus r dist rm minus r node underscore, actually, yeah, node modules get status. All right, make your minus p dot github slash workflows vi dot github slash workflows slash, what do I call this? Pages dash deploy dot yaml. We will copy this again. We will paste it in here again. npm, no. npx. Run build, no. Git build dot slash dist, and I think we're good. Git add dot github git commit build git push origin main. Great. Git pull. Great. Git push. Now let's see if we have the action running. There it is. It's got build going. This is fantastic. Should be deploying the pages. Success. Don't know why it's running actions checkout, but whatever. And let's check out infmail.com. There we go. There we go. We've done it. So my website is officially, let's call it perfect, actually. So that's that. Thanks for watching, and thanks for joining me on this journey. I'll probably update this off stream from time to time to make it a little bit better, possibly more efficient, possibly less efficient, honestly. Let's check out how well it works on mobile. .com. Oops. So it takes forever to load ever since we added the fog in here. I might remove the fog, but aside from that, it works just fine on mobile as well. It doesn't look like much, but you know, it's there. And the website kind of works before it loads in. So like, I'm not even mad. I'll have to figure this out some better way at some point, but for now, that is it. Definitely losing some frames here and there, but you know, that's it. I got nothing more for you, and I'll catch you all